All right, deep divers, welcome back. Today, we're really getting into something exciting. The brand new, highly anticipated Citizen Tsuyosa 60 automatic.
Hmm.
We've gone through a great article, really detailed stuff from a top online watch magazine. It's got all the key info we need.
Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive.
So our mission today, basically we want to unpack what makes this latest version of Citizen's, frankly, bestseller watch so important. We're going to look at the key upgrades, the refinement, the power, the design changes, and, why it seems like it's going to pull even more people into the world of mechanical watches. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, and it's fascinating, isn't it? Because the original Tsuyosa, since it came out in 2022, it just exploded. It became this real phenomenon.
Totally.
It wasn't just, another watch release. For a lot of people, it was generally their first step into collecting.
Right, a gateway watch.
Exactly. It had that mix, right? That kind of 80s design feel, the integrated sports watch look everyone loves, an automatic movement, which is key. And crucially, the price was just so accessible. That combination just made it fly off the shelves. It became the entry-level piece for so many, introducing them not just to Citizen, but like mechanical watches in general.
Yeah, it set a standard for value and cool factor at that price.
It really did.
And now Citizen isn't just sitting back, they're building on it. This new Tsuyosa 60 automatic, the 2025 model, it's a pretty significant step up. The article we read keeps mentioning more refinement, more power, and yeah, a totally new bracelet.
Right. Those seem to be the big three.
So that's what we'll focus on for this deep dive. The design tweaks, the aesthetic upgrades, the bigger power reserve in the movement, and that bracelet transformation. Let's start with the looks, the case.
Okay.
So looking at the case design, the article says the recipe is still the same as the standard automatic, which honestly makes sense, right? Don't fix what isn't broken.
Yeah, why mess with a winning formula?
Exactly. So we're still talking 40 millimeter diameter, which is a great size, and pretty slim at 11.7 millimeters thick. It's steel, and you get that nice mix of brushed parts and polished bits that catch the light.
Gives it some visual interest.
Yeah, and it still has that distinctive barrel shape, that nods to those classic 70s and 80s integrated sports watches.
Right.
Key features are still there. Sapphire crystal on top, essential for avoiding scratches with that little magnifier bubble over the date, makes it easier to read.
Always handy.
The crown's kind of tucked away at 4 o'clock, half recessed, which keeps the lines clean. And you get a see-through caseback mineral glass so you can see the movement inside.
Which is always a nice touch on a mechanical watch.
Definitely. Water resistance is 50 meters. The article calls it sufficient but not exceptional. So fine for splashes, washing hands, maybe rain. Just don't go swimming with it.
Yeah, standard stuff for this kind of watch.
And you get options for the finish. 3 versions. The standard uncoated steel, a 2-tone one with a yellow gold IP coating on the bezel and crown.
IP meaning ion-plated, right. Yeah. It's a durable coating.
Exactly. And then there's a full rose gold IP-coated one if you want something a bit warmer, maybe more luxurious looking.
That consistency in the size, the 40 millimeter diameter, that 11.7 millimeter thinness, it's actually really key, I think.
How so?
Well, for a watch that's meant to be worn every day, it just hits that sweet spot.
Yeah.
It works for so many people, wrist-wise. It's not too big, not too small, not too chunky.
Yeah.
And keeping it slim, even with, as we'll see, a new movement, that's pretty impressive. It shows they're thinking about comfort and versatility. It keeps those, integrated sports watch vibes that people loved about the original. It's evolving, but it still feels like a Tsuyosa.
Okay, so the case is familiar territory, mostly. But the dial.
Yeah.
This is where things get, really interesting according to our source. It's a major aesthetic change.
Ah, okay. What have they done?
So they've added this stamped guilloché-like pattern, kind of like those intricate engraved patterns you see on fancier watches, but stamped here. It adds a lot of depth, makes it look much more refined.
Interesting. And get this, the article says it was brought over by popular demand from the Tsuyosa small second automatic model.
Ah, so they're actually listening to what people liked on other versions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To me, that's pretty cool. It shows they're paying attention. What do you think that signals?
Well, yeah, like you said, it shows they're listening. It's not just designers in a room guessing. It's a response to customer feedback.
Yeah.
That builds loyalty, right?
Sure.
And it means this new model is probably going to land well with the people who already like the brand. It's smart. But does the pattern hurt readability?
Good question. Apparently not. The article emphasizes legibility is still great. You've got applied markers, hands filled with white luminous stuff loom so you can read it day or night. That balance is there.
Okay, good. Form and function.
Absolutely. And the colors are specific for each case type, giving them different personalities. The standard steel one, that's the NK00320FD5E, gets a classic black dial. Can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The two-tone one, NK0000254X, has a green dial, which is super trendy right now.
Very current, yeah. And the full rose gold tone model, NK0002357L, comes with a sophisticated blue dial. Looks quite sharp.
Nice choices.
Yeah, and a nice detail, the hands and markers match the case color. So gold hands on the two-tone, rose gold on the rose gold one. Makes it look cohesive. The date's on a white background, easy to spot. But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is there a point where adding this kind of detail, this guilloché pattern, maybe takes away from the original simple charm? Or does this hit the right balance for an upgrade?
That is a good question. Balancing that heritage, that initial appeal, with something new. The original is very clean, very simple,
Right.
but taking cues from the small seconds version, like they did, suggests their customers were actually asking for a bit more visual interest. So maybe it's exactly what the market wanted.
Could be.
And matching the hands and markers to the case color, that really doubles down on the integrated look. It feels very intentional, very designed, makes each one feel distinct.
Yeah, less like they just swapped the dial color.
Right. It might make swapping straps a bit trickier if you like doing that, but it definitely strengthens the watch's own design language.
Okay, so aesthetically, it's familiar, but definitely elevated. Now let's get under the hood, the movement. The article calls this another important evolution, focusing on the power.
Yeah, and this isn't just like a minor tweak. This is a proper engine upgrade. It genuinely affects how you use the watch.
So what's changed?
They've swapped out the old caliber 8210 from the standard models for the new caliber 8310. The 8210 was solid, reliable, but, basic. About 30 hours power reserve. Pretty standard.
Okay.
The 8310 is a definite step up. It pushes the Tsuyosa into a more competitive space, movement-wise.
And it's not just about having more power, right? There's more to it.
Exactly.
The caliber 8310, it's automatic, obviously, but you can also hand wind it, which is, always nice for watch nerds.
That interaction.
It runs at 3 hertz frequency. That's 21,600 vibrations per hour. Now, that 3 hertz thing is interesting. Some brands push for higher beats, smoother sweep, but 3 hertz is really robust.
Yeah, it's often considered more durable long-term, maybe easier or cheaper to service down the line.
Potentially, yeah. Practical choice for an everyday watch. But the big news here, the headline upgrade, is the 60-hour power reserve.
60 hours.
Yeah, that's a big jump from the 40 hours in the old one. That makes a real difference day to day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. That 60-hour reserve makes a huge difference in just convenience.
Yeah.
You can take it off Friday night, pick it up Monday morning, and it's probably still running. No need to reset the time, wind it up.
Ah, the Monday morning scramble.
Exactly. We've all been there. You grab your watch, realize it stopped Saturday afternoon, and now you're late because you're fiddling with the crown. That extra 20 hours, that jump to 60, it basically eliminates that hassle.
Makes it a proper grab-and-go piece for the week.
Totally. It's a massive convenience boost, turns a spec sheet number into a real lifestyle improvement.
Okay, that 60 hours is definitely a plus. But, playing devil's advocate here, some other brands, maybe a bit pricier, are pushing 80 hours now. Is 60 really that competitive or just good enough for someone really focused on specs?
That's a fair point. You do see 80 hours more often now, especially if you creep up in price. But I think for this price point, we're talking under 500 euros here, 60 hours is absolutely competitive. That's a strong selling point.
Okay.
It moves it from just standard for an affordable automatic to definitely above average.
Yeah.
And it's not just the power reserve they improved. Citizen also worked on the finishing, which the article highlights.
Ah, right. Visible through the case back.
Yep. You get silver-toned bridges and plates, an open-worked rotor so you see more, some blue screws, even stripes on the main bridge. These are visual touches you usually see on more expensive movements.
So it looks nicer when you flip it over?
Exactly. It adds to the perceived value, that feeling of getting something a bit special, even at an entry-level price. It's a taste of higher-end watchmaking.
Gotcha. And the other specs?
Pretty straightforward. 21 joules, hours, minutes, seconds, and it has hacking seconds, which is great for setting the time accurately.
Always appreciate hacking seconds.
So too. And the date, of course.
Yeah.
Accuracy is quoted at -20 to plus 40 seconds a day, which is, typical for a mechanical watch in this bracket. Reliable, but not chronometer grade.
Okay, makes sense. So, big upgrade inside. Now, let's tackle that final key change. The bracelet. The article's pretty blunt. The 3-link metal bracelet is gone.
Wow. Okay. So a complete change there.
Seems like it. A significant departure. Suggests they really wanted to upgrade the feel on the wrist.
So what's replaced it?
Instead, the new Tsuyosa 60 gets what the article calls a slightly more refined 5-link Jubilee-style bracelet.
Ah, Jubilee-style. Okay, that's a very different look and feel.
Totally. Think smaller, more intricate links. It's got brushed outer links and polished center links, so you still get that play of finishes, but in a more complex pattern. Gives it a different vibe, maybe a bit dressier.
Could be, yeah. Jubilee bracelets often do feel a bit more elegant. And they tend to be really comfortable.
And the clasp is new, too.
Mm.
Big improvement here, apparently. It's now concealed a butterfly construction.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it integrates much better, gives you that clean, seamless look all around the wrist. That's a detail you usually find on much more expensive watches.
Yeah, that really elevates the whole package.
Mm.
It's amazing how much difference a bracelet makes to the overall impression of a watch.
Absolutely.
That original 3-link was fine. It was functional, but shifting to a Jubilee style, these multi-link bracelets, it just instantly makes it feel more sophisticated, more aligned with that integrated sports ideal, maybe.
Mm.
And like you said, comfort is usually better too. More links means it wraps around the wrist better. And that butterfly clasp, that's a premium touch. Creates a really smooth visual flow.
So it sounds like a big upgrade in terms of feel and perceived quality.
Definitely. For this price point, getting that kind of bracelet refinement, that's punching way above its weight class. It's a serious step up in how the watch feels to wear and look at.
Okay, so we've dug into the design tweaks, the much improved movement, and this brand new bracelet. Let's talk practicalities. When can people actually buy one, and what's the damage?
The important questions.
Right. So the article says the Citizen Tsuyosa 60 Automatic will hit authorized retailers later in September 2025. So still a bit of a wait, but not too long.
Okay.
And good news, it's joining the permanent collection, so no need to panic buy. It should be around.
That's good to know. Not a limited edition hassle.
Exactly. Now, pricing. In euros, the standard steel one with the black dial, NK0000255E, is going to be EUR 379.
Okay, 379.
The two-tone green dial version, NK0002454X, is EUR 399.
Mm-hmm.
And the full rose gold tone with the blue dial, NK0002357L, is EUR 429.
Right. So, okay, the steel one is 379 euros. The original steel Tsuyosa Automatic is what, around 299 euros?
Yeah, about that. So it's roughly an 80 euro jump.
So the big question then is that price increase worth it? Are the upgrades enough to justify the extra cost?
What does the source say? And what do you think?
Well, the article explicitly calls it a justified increase. And honestly, I have to agree. When you list out the changes,
Right.
you're getting a significantly better movement with that 60-hour reserve. You're getting the more detailed, refined dial finish, and you're getting a much more complex, arguably more comfortable, and definitely more premium-feeling bracelet with a concealed clasp.
Yeah, those aren't minor tweaks.
Not at all. For an 80 euro difference,
Yeah.
that feels like a really strong value proposition. Citizen is still keeping it accessible, still a great entry point, but they've genuinely leveled up the watch itself.
So it's still great value, just more watch for slightly more money.
Exactly. It feels like the price increase directly reflects tangible improvements that make it a better watch overall. They're offering a more premier experience without jumping into a whole new price category.
So wrapping things up, what does this all mean for you listening? Maybe you're thinking about your first mechanical watch, or maybe you just want a versatile, cool piece for your collection.
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
Well, we've basically seen how Citizen took a watch that was already a huge hit, listened to feedback, and made it demonstrably better. They added thoughtful refinements, boosted the performance significantly. This Tsuyosa 60 Automatic, it keeps that cool 80s vibe, that integrated look, but it delivers a more powerful, more polished experience. It feels like a really smart evolution. They didn't lose the charm, they just improved the recipe.
It's a great case study in evolving a successful product. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah.
Considering what Citizen's done here, think about what you prioritize in an affordable mechanical watch. Is it the movement specs,
Yeah.
the finishing, the bracelet? And as other brands update their popular models, what can they learn from this Tsuyosa update about balancing that heritage appeal with modern innovation, all while keeping the value strong?
Good questions to ponder. Excellent food for thought. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the new Tsuyosa 60 Automatic.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Keep exploring, keep questioning those details, and we'll catch you on the next one.